Alright, I want to talk to you through about what happened yesterday. I didn't trade yesterday, and I think it was a really good test of patience. So, as you can see, yesterday, we just basically immediately dumped. Immediately dumped. Right? We dumped through everything in like fucking 20 minutes from yesterday. Okay? And the reason, okay, going into the day, I wouldn't say that I'd say that I was more bullish than bearish because we had this bullish SMT starting to form, as well as, especially on S&P, we had all of these stacked up highs right here. So this was like my main target, my main draw on liquidity, that I wanted to see get hit. So, but also, like looking at how the hourly looked pre-market, it didn't really look like that on it looked more like that on NASDAQ. The way this looked right here, almost breaking structure right here, it didn't, as you can see, but almost breaking structure right here and inversing some of these inversing this fair value gap, not breaking structure. I didn't know fully. Also on here, hitting this drawn liquidity pre-market, I knew that there was a chance that we could go down. All right. But at this point in time, just looking at the day, we immediately dropped down. Once we hit around here, like this candle, this big candle right here, this was when I knew, okay, this is definitely, well, it's actually really this candle and this candle starting down. I knew that this was going to be a sales day, that it was just going to keep dropping. So I went, okay, cool. Let's just see what's going to happen. Oh, sorry. Also, let's minimize this and minimize this so you can see a little bit more of the charts. Okay, so once I saw this candle starting to form, I was like, okay, well, this is fucking easily, a fucking white down day, basically. So I was like, okay, I'm going to see if I can look for equilibrium to see if I can kind of get some sort of anything right here. Because as you can see, zero form of retracement down basically all the way through. And this was the only thing that I could do that, what's it called, right here? We had not touched this. This was like my last draw on liquidity that I thought we were going to take out. We hit equilibrium, and I was looking for an inverse on the fair value gap. Oh, shit. I was looking on the inverse on the fair value gap, which was right here. I would have put my stops above this, and then to this low right here. And that regularly, if it were to inverse right here, it would have been nice. But we inverse right here. I'm not taking at 0.49 to 1. And I wasn't going to add any more draws on liquidity because we had already moved at this point basically like more than 0.5% on S&P and like 1% on NASDAQ. So I was like, I could potentially go for maybe like filling out this inverse fair value gap or this low, but dude, what the fuck? Like, I'm not. I don't expect it to go all the way down here. Look at yesterday. I know it's low volatility. Look at Tuesday. Immediately rose up. Look, this is the entire New York session. Did I think it was gonna go all the way down here and expect it to go lower? No. Fuck no. I was not expecting this to go lower. So once I hit my last draw on liquidity, that was it for me. I was done. The one trade I could have gotten was a 0.4 to 1, and I'm not taking a 0.4 to 1. Yes, technically I could have went for a 6 to 1 with 300 ticks on S&P, but I'm not doing that. That's dumb. If I think that it's actually gonna drop that much, I'm retarded. But that's what happened yesterday. I think it was very nice You know, I think it was a really good test of patience and really trying to realize, you know, who I am, what I am, you know, trying to be better at this shit. So, let's see. We broke structure, tapped into this fair value gap, having a bearish reaction off of it. Let's mark what we have, right? So we have this low, this low, this low, this low, this high, this high, and technically I mark up the previous day high and these stacked highs, but I mean, it does look bearish, but there's always a chance that we just say fuck it and not. Let's see on the lower time frame. We broke structure to the upside on the lower time frame after we swept lows. Filled out these fair value gaps. Sorry. Who the fuck is that? Tap in. Bitch, no one's tapping into your fucking cart selling shit, dude. Fucking weirdo. Talking about no one's tapping into your dumbass fucking weed. You sell weed, bitch. Sorry. Okay. We are reacting. It looks like we are reacting bullishly off of this fair value gap. We filled it on here. We didn't fill it on here. A little hard to say. Higher time frame says that we're pretty bearish. Lower time frame. I mean, we just broke structure to the upside. Cleared out these highs. If I am going for longs today, I'd be wanting to sweep out this high right here. I also want to mark out that as well. I think either way, if I'm looking for buys, I'm going to want to see this get targeted. And if I'm looking for sells, I want to see this get targeted. At least this. But I think if we get to here, above these highs, I think we're going to go up to here. Especially, I do want to pay attention to, there's two fair value gaps I want to pay attention to for that 9 a.m. This fair value gap right here, and this fair value gap right here. These are two fair value gaps that have been well respected. No, this one's still getting, I just want to see what happens with this one on the bottom. These are two fair value gaps that one of them has been respected. This one's been fully filled, but my dumbass. This one. Because we did just break structure to the upside, but we did clear out these highs. So I think, to be honest, This is going to be one of those days where I'm going to want to see a little longer of a time frame. I want to see if, like, which side we sweep out first, if we do sweep or if we run through. If we kind of start to run through, if we hit this, I mean, it's not that big of a move. I mean, it is, but it's not. There's a chance that we do keep going. But no, I think this is our main target for the day, for buys and sells. So if we get like a deeper retracement, I wouldn't say sweeping out London lows, but at least this hourly low, if we sweep it out or whatever. I don't know, we'll have to see. But for buys, I want to see us probably, I don't want to see us sweep it down here. At that point, we'd just be looking for sells. I want to see us inverse this fair value gap. And for sells, I want us to probably inverse this one and start moving from there. Because this is going to also be a pre-market move where I go for a continuation off of sweeping highs, but this is the high I'd want to be sweeping, which is the high that was already swept, that swept the other highs. I mean, I could go a little higher than that, but the way the market's been moving, today's going to be one of those days where one of these fair value gaps is probably going to be the ones that we want to inverse. Oh yeah. Also, let's mark these out. Didn't work out on Tuesday. Fail of the day. Yesterday I did good. Did everything I was supposed to. Check on the day. And today, after market, I'm going to go work out. So, it should be a check on the day, but we'll see what happens. Oof. By the way, just in case you wanted to know, this sweep of these lows would not, for me, be considered a pre-market move because it already swept highs, hourly highs. So this sweep right here does not count, like, for me to be targeting, because the move has already been most likely completed. But this move can still be completed. Also, we have this BPA here. I think, to be honest, I think it really just depends on these two fair value gaps. If we do inverse this at the 9 a.m., I'm probably going to be looking for buys. If we inverse this one on the 9 a.m., I'm going to be probably looking for sells. So I'm probably going to wait and just see how the market moves. All right, y'all. I love and appreciate y'all. I'll let you know how today goes. If I get in the trade, if I don't, I'll let you know. Peace out, y'all.